Welcome back, everybody. It's Rama from Junk Journal Divas. Hello, my friends. It's Rama, and today I want to work on a swap in Junk Journal Divas. If you are not already in the group, come on over. We have lots of things you can sign up for. It's a lot of fun. This swap in particular is for an altered file folder, and the theme is a children's book. So I have a bunch of printables, and this was a file folder, and I cut the edges so that I just have the panels to work with here. It was a hanging folder. So I am going to use this for my base. This idea came originally from this book that was gifted to me, and this book these are the paper dolls. I just clipped them in here. So I started taking the signatures out. As you can see here, these pages are really nice and thick, and you can see, I mean, it's a really beautiful book, but I want to kind of play around with this idea before I start cutting up and actually use this book. So this is where the idea came from, but I am not going to actually use this book yet. And for now, I'm going to play with this idea using my file folders here. In the center, I printed this. I want to have a wardrobe. And then the two flaps will open up, so it'll be kind of like a bedroom inside. And then, you know, it can close. I can put the dolls and stuff there. And then I'm thinking that I'll make a cover for it as well. This is all I know so far. So I'm going to kind of experiment with this idea. Okay, guys. So I decided to use a different one. This is going to be the outside. This is going to wrap around everything. And then I am going to make an insert for this middle section also. So for this one, all I did was I left it like this. And I wanted my middle section to be 6 inches. That is where my doll's wardrobe is going to be. So I just wanted to get an idea for the measurements here. So I scored at 3 inches and then 4 inches. So that when I open this up, now my base is 6 inches here. And I will close it. This will be the outside part. However I want to close it. Now, I think this is, let me see. Yeah, okay, so this is 8.5. And I was thinking that I can flip these to the other side for pockets. Kind of like that. So I flipped them under, and I'm just going to leave them like that for now. All right, so this is going to go there. Okay, for the center here, let's see. So I need my doors to come up and wrap around. So the same thing here, I'm gonna want 3 inches. Now, instead of 1 inch, I don't need all that much room, so I can just do 3/4 of an inch. So I'm doing 3, 3 3/4, and then I want to add 6, so I'm going to go to 9 3/4. Okay, I just did a little bit so that you can see there. So we need to do the other side. So we are going to have 3. going to do the quarter here. And that's all we're going to use on this side because we're just going to attach it to this one. It'll make more sense in a moment here. Okay, I'm going to cut this excess off. So I only have the spine here. And then on my other paper, I'm going to attach the spine and it's going to wrap around. So let's cut this excess off. So this is pretty much what we have, and I'm just going to glue this onto here. Okay, so this now folds good. So again, this is going to fit down into here. And then we will close it up. So now I am just going to cover the inside of my flaps, and I have this paper that it kind of reminds me of wallpaper, so I wanted to use this. And I'm just going to glue it down, and then I can flip it over and cut off the excess. So I'm doing this for both of the sides, and then also my spine for this one was 1 inch, so I would probably cut strips that were 3/4 of an inch to go along my little spine area that I created. Now I do change this, which you will see, but it's just a matter of preference and how much stuff you want to put into your folio to make sure you have enough room. This that I have in front of me right now, this is the wardrobe part, the insert. Now I will tell you that I redid this 3 times. So you can see here how I covered the back panel, the side panels, and the spine. I redo this, but I wanted to leave this part in just to kind of give you guys ideas and just to show how I covered it. So I made these pockets. I loved the way that the inside turned out. I just wasn't happy with the way that it was laying, which you will see coming up, my mistake that I made, and I had to fix it. So now I'm just gluing the back part, and I'm going to glue it down. And now I am just going to glue down all my little bedroom things that I have that I cut out. A lot of these, you can find a lot of great stuff on Pinterest if you look up Dollhouse, paper dolls, paper doll furniture. And now I'm using these handles. This is kind of one of the problems that I came into. I really wanted to use this hardware that I got, and these handles were just a little bit too big. But I'm showing anyway because I liked the way that it looked. So there you see how I squeezed the panels together. That was the problem. It just was not laying right. Okay guys, I wanted to jump on quickly because I want to show the issue that I was having. So it's kind of a mess right now. I'm gonna have to redo this, but I want to show, see how I attach the sides here? I should have left this free so that my flaps would lay flat, and I could also create my box for my wardrobe. And I say that because I couldn't figure out how to keep this closed, and then I just got frustrated, so I added magnets. I love the magnet thing, but I'm still having issue with it being closed. So I was trying to cut here and separate these, but it's really glued on there, and I'm just all frustrated and I'm not happy with this. So I'm gonna start over again. So this will be my third attempt. But on the good side, I think I can save these panels. Then I don't have to print this stuff again, because there's nothing wrong with these, and this is exactly what I want. I just have to recreate this middle part. So that's what we're going to do. Just need to leave enough space here for my clothing and also for these handles, and that's why I left it. I made it 1 inch, so maybe I will do 1/4 of an inch. So let's redo. And I found one more folder. Now the good thing is this is an extra thick one, and I guess because it's a legal one, I'm going to have to remove those. For now, I'm going to put this aside. I want it to be 8.5 inches tall, so I am just going to do that now. So 8.5. Yeah, and that will just cut off this area where those metal pieces are. And I'm gonna save these because I might use those for something. So I'm gonna go to 2.5. And I'm just gonna do 1/2 inch to there, and I'm going to cut off now. And I am switching to voiceover because my puppies started playing, and yeah, it was a bit loud. So just to recap, I did the same thing that I did at the beginning. The only thing I did different were my measurements. So the middle section, instead of 6 inches, it's now 5. And my spine, my 2 end spines, instead of being 1 inch, they are 1/2 inch. So now I'm just saving these end panels because I like the way those turned out. That's exactly what I wanted. So I'm just going to, I cut those off and I'm going to glue them onto my new base that I have created. And this time I'm going to glue the back of the wardrobe to the middle panel, but I am not going to glue the spine together so that the back of my folio will lay completely flat. And now you guys know that I'm always trying new things. So now I am trying a different way to do the insert. I'm making a kind of a box, the bottom part of a box it would be. And that is going to go, that's going to be my insert. But then I'm going to need doors that come up and wrap around it. So hopefully that makes sense. I didn't go into details of how I made this because I don't think that it's the best way. But I'm always trying new things and sharing what I learn as I go. This was a little more complicated than it needs to be, I think. I think if you are using a good heavy cardstock, you are fine to just make the doors come up and around. So this is what I have now. I redid the outside and I redid the middle section. I used the legal closure here. And I did put some wallpaper on the inside. I haven't finished putting that together yet, but I'm going to move on to doing my outside fabric cover. So this is going to be an additional cover that's going to wrap around the entire thing, and you'll see that in a moment. But I'm just using some heavy cardstock, and I'm just using some of my sticky tape right now, my double-sided tape, because I am going to go around this and do some sewing. And then for the inside of this cover, I have another piece of wallpaper. So you can see this pink wallpaper. And now I'm just going to do my sewing around the edges, but just to kind of show you what this is going to look like now. And I'm just kind of pressing this down to give it a little bit of shape. So this is what it will look like. And now I'm showing I did go around and I just did some messy sewing around the edges. Okay guys, I am back. This is like day 4 and I have finally figured this out. So, you know when you're working on a project and like there's that one thing that you're just hung up on? Mine was the door handles. The ones that I had on here initially, they were too big. You can't really see in the video, but let me get them here. They stick out quite a bit. They're really just a little too big. So yeah, they just weren't working out so great, but I did remember that I had these. I couldn't find them. And this morning I woke up and it was like, bing, I remembered where I had them. So I had to switch this out again. So now we've got this closure. And we open it up. Now I still have to recover here. I wasn't happy with what I had in here either. And I'm thinking rather than these, which I thought I would like because they sort of look like drawers, I'm thinking that I'm going to cover the inside with just pink. And then I'm going to put together some folding pocket things. Let me show you. So they're like this, but you know, they pull out. These will be better for the doll clothes because they kind of just get lost down in there. And then I can put little labels on here, you know, all the cutesies. So that's what I'm going to do. The good news is I don't have to redo this. I am just going to tear this up. Let's see. Oh, and the other good thing is this is actually wallpaper and things come off of it really easily. So, you know, whereas if you glue pieces of paper together, it really sticks, and when you go to pull it up, it tears. This, when you go to pull things off of it, so you can see here, it's not really tearing it because it has that waxy kind of coating to it. So look how easily that came up. So I'm going to do like a pink and brown inside here. Okay guys, woo, I am back here. And I just wanted to show what I've done so far. And also, just so you know, these are the 2 paper doll girls that all of this is about. Her clothes on there. Stay on there. This one is Betty. And this one is Lois. So I'm going to put those on one of these pages. But for right now, oh my goodness, I'm finally done with just this part. So I've got my clasp here, open it up, and then inside their wardrobe, I put these little corner pockets here. So got their hats and all their little accessories for the little guys. And Lois and Betty, of course, their names. So they've got some clothes down in this big pocket, and then this is a pocket that kind of, you know, opens up a little bit, has a whole bunch of their dresses in there. So yay, I am finally happy with this thing. I probably won't do anything on this. I'll just kind of, you know, make sure that it stays kind of flat, and maybe something on here. And then I'm going to attach this whole thing, and this will just close. It's not going to attach to the whole outside of this. Once this is closed, this is just going to wrap around it. It will only be attached at the back. And then I'll probably just put, I don't know, a big flower or something on that part. So that's my last part that I have to do. So I will be back for that. Guys, I am back. I think this is going to be my last day. So I don't know what I'm going to put on the front here, but this will be my cover. And I'm going to put this aside for now and finish up my altered file folder. So I just used some of my scraps that were left over. I put a Velcro here, and I used an envelope. So I've got that. I have this little pocket, one of those guys that I made. And then I didn't do anything else to this, just has my dolls in it right now. And then of course we open up here, and this is all the same as when I just showed before here. So I got some printables from Pixie Dust Files. She has such cute things, and it's perfect for this. I think I want to make another one, and I want to use a bunch of my fancy boho fabrics. And so it'll be like all these colors, this color palette, which is a little bit more feminine and frilly and girly than I usually do. But I like that it has a little bit of a grungy look to it. And also the dolls, the paper dolls have a little, they're kind of weird looking, you know, like close to being creepy, but they're too cute to be full on creepy. Like this, so you can see what I mean. So I'm going to make some tags and just some little goodies to go in here to stuff it with. So let's finish this up. Okay guys, so I'm kind of speeding through this process. Now, if you want to see a more step-by-step how I created everything, I am going to recreate kind of similar to this and now that I know what I'm doing, I am going to get a little more in detail. So for now, I'm just kind of skipping through this. I'm just adding some goodies from the kits that I purchased from Pixie Dust Files, and just playing around with some tags. And I also have some fun textured paper and just little things, embellishments that I'm adding to all of the pages here. So I'm excited because for my next one, I have a lot of boho, really blingy things that I want to use for embellishments. So that will be fun. So yeah, just adding, fine-tuning all of the pages and adding some little ephemera goodies and pieces, tucking them in everywhere. And then I'm going to attach it to the main cover. So to do this, I'm using some of my double-sided sticky tape and also using some tacky glue. So I'm going to put that down, and then I will clip it and give that some time to dry. And next I'm adding my magnets, and this is for my closure. So I'm using some hot glue to put the magnets down. And I'm also using hot glue to put my focal points on the front. Okay guys, I am here to do my final little flip through. This has been quite the ordeal. This is what I'm usually like when I am starting a project that I haven't done before, or I have a new idea. So this has been a real what it's really like, a process video. A lot of times I only show once I have it all figured out, then I'll show you how I did it. So if you've watched to the end, let me know what you prefer. If you like watching the whole process, or a mix of both, or yeah, whatever type of video you like. So I wanted the outside cover to be, you know, I wanted it kind of flat. I didn't want stuff all over it or too busy. So I just did one of my paper towel flowers. So nice and simple, nothing else going on here. And then I decided to go with magnets. Magnets are underneath this lace. So that's a great closure, super easy. And I didn't want to put more Velcro because sometimes it's annoying trying to pull the Velcro. This is super duper easy. All right, so we open it up. I have my wallpaper also inside here. That's what this stuff is. So if you can see here, I just did like a little belly band kind of thing just to hold everything down. So here, this actually is a belly band. And I just made a few little things from my printables, some little dolly things to go down in here. And then we open this up. It is a belly band on the other side with a little card. And then I'll hold this up. I just added some fibers and things here. And this envelope opens up, and it's one of the ones that kind of pulls out, so we've got some goodies in there. So that is the first flap, and then the second flap here, I actually have my dolls. So the dolls are in here. Just have a little fun card, and then behind here I have two other just little tags. Slide our girls down into the pocket here. Just put this one sticking out of there. Okay, so now we're on to the part that I've had done for a while. What I mean, that I wanted the back part to go completely flat. And then we have my wardrobe is actually, you know, sticking up out of there. So, and this is what I was making the box, but you really wouldn't have to do that. Anyway, then I've got, this is the closure I finally settled on. Open it up, and again here I've got those pockets. I don't know if you can see down in here, but there's a whole bunch of doll dresses. And that's what I was saying. And the other thing that I had here, those dresses kind of got lost down in there. So these things are just a little bit, you know, the taller little outfits. And then on all the sides here, just have a whole bunch of hats and little accessories. There's an umbrella here. Just little goodies. And again, we've got Lois and Betty. And also what I did on the actual dolls, I stamped on the back of them Lois and Betty. And then on the back of all of their outfits, I put an L or a B so that you know whose hat it actually came with. So that is it, you guys. And now that I have this done and I am like, okay, I kind of know what kind of construction I want to use, I am going to make another one. It'll be a lot better as far as instructional video now that I know what I'm doing, so less of just going through the whole creative process and more giving directions and instruction on if you want to make this. So thank you all for joining me, and I will see you next week for some more creative fun.